Let's get you the big revelation in the INX media deal involving Peter Mukerjea, Indrani Mukerjea and Karti Chidambaram. Yes, Shravan Sen has accessed this information that a top journalist, the role of a senior journalist, is being investigated by the Central Bureau of Investigation, and it is believed that this journalist played a crucial role in brokering this deal. Whether he has been questioned so far, this is something the CBI is yet to confirm, but clearly the role is under scanner, and this is an aspect they want to verify. They've come to know this by interrogation of Indrani Mukerjea very recently. Just about 2 days back, Indrani Mukerjea and this man on your screens, Karti Chidambaram, were jointly interrogated by the CBI in the Baikola jail. A CD of the same has been submitted to court today. Let's go across to Shravan Sen, our deputy news editor, breaking the story. Shravan, we had to interrupt you there, but give us a sense of the role played by this journalist. Was it a very superficial preliminary role, or was it a detailed role at every stage of the deal?
Well, what we are picking up from multiple sources is the fact that Indrani Mukerjea, in her statement to the CBI as well as the Enforcement Directorate, essentially admitted that there was a top journalist who brokered this entire deal, the INX media deal, which is certainly turning out to be a murky deal, given the fact that several violations actually took place with regards to the FIPB approval, and thereafterwards also Indrani Mukerjea essentially admitting that to get all the clearances, there were meetings that took place with then Finance Minister P. Chidambaram as well as his son Karti Chidambaram. There was also a meeting which actually took place in a hotel. Now what is essentially emerging at this point in time, that a top editor, someone who's been associated with newspapers as well as TV channels, and someone who's extremely well connected here in Delhi, played a very crucial role. Now his role is also now under the scanner of the agency. We'll still have to wait and see whether at all the CBI or the Enforcement Directorate would soon call him for examination. That still is not very clear at this point in time. But yes, what we do know is the fact that Indrani Mukerjea has already told the agencies that it was the editor who's actually got the job done with regards to the INX media deal, someone who is also considered to at least perceived to be close to the Congress party, someone who's also be...
Right. Shravan, sorry to interrupt you there, but also give us a sense that is this detail, is this point something that came in front of CBI investigators very recently after the joint interrogation of Karti Chidambaram and Indrani Mukerjea, or is this something they've known for a while, but they are now going to explore this closely because they have all three of them in their custody? They can question Peter Mukerjea whenever they want, Karti Chidambaram whenever they want, and Indrani Mukerjea whenever they want.
Well, Parikshit, this is a person who is an important character as far as the INX media deal is concerned. He's well known, he's well connected, and the very fact that he is perceived to be close to the Congress party. We are given to understand that the meetings which essentially took place with P. Chidambaram as well as Karti Chidambaram, there is some role that has been played by the editor. The very fact that he's a top journalist, was very closely working with Indrani Mukerjea as well as Peter Mukerjea, he played a very important role. This is something that the agencies did have an idea, because of all the people who have been working with the INX Media Private Limited, they all have been under the scanner. They've closely monitored the role of every person that has been associated with the accused in this particular case. It now emerges that not just the fact that they had this particular information, but Indrani Mukerjea in her statement has admitted that the INX media deal was brokered by a top journalist, and the editor's role is now under the scanner. We are still waiting for some sort of an information coming in from the agencies as to when do they plan to examine the editor, the top journalist that we are essentially talking about, but certainly his role is now under the scanner as far as the CBI is concerned.
Right, Shravan Sen breaking this big story for us that a role of a senior journalist is under scanner. He could be questioned very soon, and he played a prominent role in this deal. So Shravan, if one has to ask you about the sequence of events, Did Karti Chidambaram, did Indrani Mukerjea, Peter Mukerjea actually approach this journalist first to reach out to Karti Chidambaram and P. Chidambaram? Is this what the CBI is telling you?
Well, it is well known that the editor concerned has been working very closely with Indrani Mukerjea as well as Peter Mukerjea, and right from the beginning of INX media deal that actually took place. He is also considered to be someone who's very close to the then government, to then political dispensation. So given the fact that he's someone who's considered to be very close to the Congress party, perhaps it is assumed at this point in time that he did play a very important role in getting those meetings also fixed. Because remember, Indrani Mukerjea in that very statement has admitted that multiple meetings actually took place. Meetings with P. Chidambaram as well as Karti Chidambaram. The very fact that the entire media deal turned out to become very murky, with the income tax department starting their own probe and flagging off the violations that essentially took place, because the foreign flow of the money, the fund that essentially came in, there was a clear violation. The very fact that it goes way beyond the prescribed limit, that actually raised the alarms, and that is the reason why the income tax department flagged off this entire issue. When they did so, we're given to understand that there was a panic button that was pressed by Indrani Mukerjea as well as Peter Mukerjea, because clearances were not really coming in. At that point in time, we're given to understand that the top journalists basically intervening and also getting those meetings essentially done. This entire deal was basically brokered by the top journalist, former editor, someone who's worked with various newspapers as well as TV channels. In short, those meetings essentially was done and plays a very crucial role in this particular deal is concerned. What we are also picking up is that the CBI as well as the Enforcement Directorate have examined his role as far as the INX media deal is concerned. They're also perhaps going to very soon examine him, call in him for questioning, but that still remains an area that we'll have to see when does that really take place. But what is certainly clear is that Indrani Mukerjea has admitted this before the agencies and has made it very clear that the top journalists played a very crucial role in brokering the entire INX media deal.
All right. Shravan, just hold on. Let's watch this sequence again. Karti Chidambaram leaving the courtroom after the judge announced that he would remain in CBI custody for the next 3 days.
Anything you'd like to say? Your custody has been extended.
No, madam, please.
Mr. Karti, any comments at all?
Please.
Your custody has been extended by 3 days.
Please.
3 more days of custody.
No question, please.
All charges against me are wild and reckless, and if and ever a charge sheet is filed, I'll deal with it.
Sir, what about the extension?
The Enforcement Directorate has been granted permission by a Mumbai court to interrogate Peter Mukerjea in the INX media case. Sources have told Republic TV that the questioning of Peter Mukerjea could take place tomorrow, and he could be further probed on the role of Karti Chidambaram. The Enforcement Directorate tightened its noose around Nirav Modi after foreign countries have shared details of his bank accounts abroad. Sources have told Republic TV that the ED is set to get more details about Nirav's foreign bank accounts. The co-accused in the Batla House encounter, Arij Khan, was sent to further police custody of 20 days by a Delhi court. Arij Khan, also known as Junaid, was apprehended by the Delhi police in February. CPIM General Secretary Sitaram Yechuri said that the country was passing through a very challenging period and that there was a need to form the broadest platform of secular and democratic forces to defeat the BJP-RSS communal juggernaut. A shocking story emerged from Saharanpur, where a man allegedly attempted suicide after he was thrashed and made to drink urine by village members. This was because the village panchayat accused him of having illicit relationships with a girl. The man has since been admitted to hospital.